Imagine waking up on election day, walking to your polling place, and finding out your right to vote vanished, erased overnight by an algorithmic update. Or zoom out to the global stage. Picture world peace hanging by a thread because a leader uses sheer, erratic unpredictability as his primary weapon. This calculated method of political manipulation is playing out in plain sight today. Modern power is rarely seized with tanks rolling down the street anymore. It's captured quietly through mountains of bureaucratic red tape, sudden shifts in rulemaking, and the slow, deliberate decay of independent institutions. To see exactly how this works, we have to look at two seemingly unrelated events: the recent geopolitical standoff between the US and Iran, and the actions of the Election Commission during the West Bengal elections. Put these events side by side, and they reveal a recurring logic used by authorities to systematically strip away your voice. This logic begins with calculated disorientation. Experts call this the madman strategy, deliberate chaos to keep opponents off balance. Like Donald Trump's diplomacy with Iran, one day threatening devastating bombings, the next unexpectedly extending a ceasefire, leaving everyone completely confused. While taking credit for peace, his administration maintained a crushing economic blockade on Iranian ports. This quietly strangled the opponent's economy from the inside, while the rest of the world was entirely distracted by the erratic, chaotic daily messaging. A similar logic of control through confusion appeared locally during the West Bengal elections. The Election Commission issued bizarre overnight directives, a ban on 2 people riding a motorcycle after sunset, and orders for coastal hotels to immediately evict any tourists who weren't registered local voters. Whether a sudden motorcycle ban or an erratic diplomatic threat, the outcome is a manufactured fog. It creates a confusing environment where the state can easily pivot and command every moving piece on the board without facing any public resistance. While the public navigates manufactured chaos, the real, permanent damage is often done quietly on paper. In West Bengal, a staggering 2.7 million voters were wiped from electoral rolls as logical discrepancies. In Shamsherganj, where over 80, this pairing, surgical digital deletions backed by a heavy security presence, transforms the polling place from a normal civic space into a highly restricted, controlled zone, effectively silencing any opposition influence right at the source. The final layer requires an environment where no one can challenge the logic or the results. Key opposition leaders, like Rahul Gandhi, found their rally permits outright denied or tied up in administrative delays. Simultaneously, the ruling party received immediate rally approvals and full state cooperation in those same areas. This suppression extends to the media. The government frequently floats new regulations to threaten independent YouTube channels and journalists reporting on these electoral discrepancies. We see the cost of this silence in how past tragedies are handled. In the Pagalgam terror attack, a full year has passed with zero government accountability and a total lack of transparency regarding the victims. With independent voices pushed out and political opponents restricted, manipulation hardens into a permanent, unquestionable reality. Whether it's a president treating global diplomacy like a psychological thriller or an election commission acting as a partisan arm of the state, the ultimate loser is always the individual citizen. When vital institutions abandon their neutrality, your basic rights are the very first things to disappear. The authorities running this playbook are counting on your fatigue. They want you to accept this disenfranchisement and simply stay quiet. You have to fight back against the bureaucracy. Check your voter registration status today to ensure you haven't been quietly purged by an algorithm. Support the independent journalists and creators who are exposing this playbook and refusing to be intimidated by government threats. Democracy dies when we stop paying attention to the paperwork. Share this video, expose the playbook, and refuse to be silenced.